Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Mirror Side Chat. So, as a beauty beginner, I can't even count the number of times that I've purchased a lipstick online because I liked the shade, then received it and gotten thoroughly disappointed because it wasn't as I imagined it would be. So, I've always had this thing where I have heard people talking about their signature lipstick shade, and I really did want to find one, but it's been so long and I have not found any signature shade. So, when I was doing some research online, I stumbled across a WikiHow article on how to find the right lipstick match for you, essentially based on your undertone. So, something I learned about was undertones. It is supposed to be the subtle color underneath your skin tone. So, imagine this is your skin and you have this underneath. So, this was one way that I can visualize it for you. So apparently you can be one of three undertones. You can be warm toned, cool toned or neutral toned. So this article was pretty interesting to me and I thought, let's see what undertone I have according to this article. So stay tuned and we'll jump right into the article. So the article does mention a couple of things that you would need. One of them being a blank sheet of paper, as I have right here. This is an A4 size or a letter size sheet of paper. You would also need some of your jewelry. If you have a couple of rings, one being silver and one being gold, that would work. The article also requires a handheld mirror, or the front camera of your phone would do as well. It is also naturally better if you can do this in a place where you get natural sunlight or daylight. But it's pretty cloudy today, so I am relying on a bit of sunlight and a bit of artificial light just to give you guys a good look, good idea about my undertone. So, jumping right into the article, step number 1 is to wash your face and let it dry for 10 minutes so that the color in your face essentially gets restored. The second step would be to use a handheld mirror or your phone to inspect your skin. Well, this one for me wasn't very helpful because I wasn't really sure what I'm looking at. I can't really make out anything, so I decided to skip right ahead to step number 3. So, the step number 3 would be, let me just check over here. Bad memory, I'm so sorry. Okay. The step number 3 is to use a white sheet of paper. So, the article says to hold it up to your face, and what this is going to do is if your skin looks pink or rosy in comparison to the paper, you are supposed to be cool toned. If it looks more yellow, you're supposed to be warm toned. And if it looks peachy, which is neither yellow or pink, you're supposed to have a neutral undertone. So I have my sheet of paper right here and I'm going to hold it up to my face to show you guys. So taking a couple of seconds over here, it does look yellowish to me, I think. In comparison with the paper, I do seem to have a little bit of yellow undertones. So yeah, I'm going to conclude in this step that I am leaning towards warm so far. So the next step would be to look at your veins. The article says to stand near some place you get natural light and take a good look at your veins. So in the camera, I know it looks a bit mixed, but when I did actually stand near the window and check it out. It did look green to me. So I'm still kind of leaning more towards deciding that I have warm undertones. So the next step would be to check how your skin responds to sunlight. So the article says that if you tend to burn easily, you're cool toned. If you tend to tan easily, you're warm toned. And if you tend to burn as well as tan, it means you're neutral toned. So, from my personal experience, I did notice that I do tend to tan really easily, but I don't burn. I don't think I've ever burnt ever. So, yeah, so I think I would conclude I'm more warm toned over there. So the last step would be to try on some jewelry. So this is where your rings come into the picture. So I have a couple of rings over here, one silver, one's gold. So I'm just going to wear it with the design facing towards me so that you can have a good look at it. So that's on now. So call me biased, but don't you guys think that gold is giving me more of a glow than silver? I think definitely the gold one. But just to be sure, I did bring in a couple of earrings as well. So I have here a silver and sorry, a gold and a silver colored hoop, excuse me. So when I hold it up, this is the silver one. Okay, I'll do this. I'll put the gold here. I think the gold definitely does add something as compared to the silver one. So apparently, if you pick the gold one, if you think the gold looks better on you, you're definitely warm toned. And if the silver one looks better on you, you're supposed to be cool toned. But if you think both are great, then you're supposed to be neutral toned. So yeah, that was the last step in this. And I do think that I lean more towards being warm toned. The website also gives me, like the article does tell me some shades which are suitable for each skin tone. So, me being warm toned should ideally go for lipsticks which are in warm shades, apparently, like bold oranges, brick reds, or terracotta browns. So, I know this is not the, you know, the rule or anything as such. This is just to give you a kind of insight on it. Personally, I wouldn't really think about my undertones on a daily basis. Just that I might use it as a guide once in a while, in this case, to find my shade of lipstick. So I would be really curious to know, like, do you guys have a signature lipstick shade, and how did you figure out that that shade was the shade for you? You know what I mean? So I also want to know if you guys found this article, which I'll link in the description box below if you want to go through it. I want to know if it was as helpful to you as it was for me. And yeah, so yeah, one more thought that I wanted to leave you guys with today would be, so when you're looking online and you scroll through the lipstick shades, it just, to me, has pretty abstract names. Like, I don't know. I can't think of an example right now. But in my mind, I really can't visualize how the shade is supposed to look like on me. I know you can do the virtual try on and stuff, but to me, that just helps me eliminate lipsticks and not really pick a great one, I think. So I think it would be really helpful if brands could mention that this shade leans more warm toned or more cool toned, so that I would have a guide. I guess plenty of people, or probably everyone, knows how to do that already, but I don't. So that's something that I just had in mind. So let me know your thoughts on this as well. Should brands include the undertone of a lipstick shade that they are catering to? So thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. See you, take care.